Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's me, ChipZ, and we're getting back into One Piece, man. We're back from break week. We've been starved of that good old One Piece content that we so crave on a weekly basis, and yeah. So without last time I did my whole spiel, kind of introducing the show. I guess for anyone new, this is basically a One Piece live reaction and discussion show where we read through the chapter together. I'll be reading it through for the first time. I haven't read it yet today. Kind of just discussing, the chapter as we go through it, but also kind of, interacting with chat, kind of getting into, what we think while we're reading it. And, it should be fun. Last one was really fun. Again, this is just like, I read One Piece weekly. So I've just been trying to find ways to turn my hobbies into content, and this is one of those ways. So, I hope you enjoy, and I hope anyone who stops by, interacts. Let's have a conversation. Let's really talk One Piece. Anyway, without further ado, let's not dilly dally here. Let's just get right the fuck into it. So we're going to be reading chapter 1041, and the title of the chapter is Komurasaki. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so we got our cover page back again, and I guess I'll briefly recap the last chapter for anyone who, might have forgotten it already. Chapter 1040, we had the finale of the battle between Kid Law versus Big Mom, Big Meme herself. She got croomed on, she got dunked on. She absolutely got fucking blasted off of the damn island. It was really something to behold. Also, I probably should have mentioned this before, but this is going to be filled with spoilers for like the latest chapters of One Piece. If you're reading along with the official translation and you don't want to be spoiled before that comes out, I'd suggest waiting till Sunday or Monday to read that. And then if you're not caught up, obviously this is not a stream I would suggest watching. I probably should have said this before. I figured it would be obvious because of the name of the stream, but just in case, just making that abundantly clear for anyone who swings by. So, okay. Like I said, last chapter, Big Mom, definitively lost. I know there's a lot of people coping about that, being like, oh, she didn't actually lose. She lost. I mean, yes, technically she did lose, but by ring out, but she basically fell to her death into a bottomless pit while holding onto a nuke. So she's, plus she was really fucked up. Like the boys, say what you want about Kid in Law, but our boys were doing some real damage. So, there might, it might have been a little bit of like a, Looney Tunes ending with like the banana peel slipping, grabbing the bomb on the way down type of shit. But, ultimately, I don't have a problem with that type of thing. One Piece is a silly series, and if it gives us like a reasonable explanation for how someone like Big Mom can be defeated while also not necessarily being eclipsed in strength by the supernovas, I call that a win. I think that's, a decent way to write something like that. Obviously, your mileage may vary on stuff like that, so, to each their own when it comes to that kind of shit. Anyway. Getting into the chapter, I'm just going to open up my chat just in case anyone swings by and wants to have a little chit-chat about the chapter. Okay, so we're starting with the cover page. This chapter is 1041, Komurasaki. So I wonder what this chapter is going to be about. They might throw us for a loop. Sometimes they'll name a chapter, like Oda will name a chapter after like a particular character, but then they'll only have like one page dedicated to them in the entire chapter. Like, I remember Law and Kid versus Big Mom. The whole chapter was about other shit, and only like the last like couple minutes were actually about the fight. And then last chapter was actually like the fight chapter. So, Wicked Truth, you do gotta catch up, man. It's really worth it. Like shit is heating up now. Shit is really heating up. So it's a good time to get caught up and to talk One Piece with people, man, because it's we're getting to that end game. We're really getting to the end game. I suspect we're like 2-3 years out from the ending, maybe a little bit more, but somewhere around there, And it's just good shit. It's more about the journey than it is about the destination. I think most people who really vibe with the series would tell you that. But I suggest catching up if you haven't done so. It's good stuff. Okay, cover page. Niji, Yanji, they're still trapped in the books and putting looks like she punches them both at the same time. She punches through Yanji over to Niji, like a flying, a super strong flying punch. And both of them felt it, which is awesome because, like... Okay, so does this give us a chance to, like, power scale pudding a little bit? Yeah, base pudding. I agree. Yeah, exactly. Like, her fist should be fucking, like, destroyed. Like, she should have just broken her hand on these boys if they are, because these guys have, like, steel skin. Like, these guys are... Like, Queen couldn't fucking cut the neck of one of these guys with a fucking sword, but somehow Pudding can, like, bruise both of them with a single punch. Both of them? I don't know, man. Pudding's OP, confirmed. I mean, we already know this. She has, like, literally the most hacks power in the entire series. But we love our girl Pudding. We love to see her winning. So, I'm actually really excited for this, this cover arc because, like, Whole Cake Island, I've made it very clear, is, like, one of my top arcs. Definitely my top arc in the New World, but, like, probably in my, like, top 3 of, like, all of One Piece. I know that might be yeah, top 5 easy, says Ace Chives. I totally agree. For me, it's a top 3 arc, like, up there with, like, Marineford and Water 7 Enies Lobby, which I can't like split those two apart. They're too intertwined. But obviously there's, like, great ones like Thriller Bark and, Skypiea or Skypiea Jaya if you want to group those two together. So, there's a lot of good stuff to compete with it. Drum Island is, like, one of my favorite, like, standalone little arcs in the series. That's, like, I think as a contained story, Drum Island is, like, top tier. And obviously Arlong Park. We can't forget how good that shit is. Okay. So what does it actually say? Germa66's Cold-Blooded Voyage, Volume 5. This is for bullying Sanji-san. Ah, yeah! Fuck him up, Pudding. Fuck him up. Pudding punch! Pudding punch you! Good shit. And I love Rabian's... Well, you see Rabian's little face, but then you also see Nitro the Jelly's little fucking face down here. He's just chuckling. He's got, like, a little blush going. I love his little cowboy hat. What a cute little guy he is, man. Love that. Love to see it. All right, so where are we doing here? So we're back to Momo. At the end of last chapter, Momo said some really cryptic shit about Zunisha. He specifically said, I think it was, Zunisha committed a crime, or Zunisha was, like, Joy Boy's companion, but committed some sort of crime that has led them to, have to serve out a sentence of, like, walking the earth for, like, thousands, or not thousands, but, like, hundreds of years. They've been at it for, like 1,000 years or something. So, obviously there's some really lore-heavy stuff incoming. I have no idea what to expect, to be honest. I don't have any theories. I'm not a theorist. Obviously, like, I have theories about One Piece. I'm not the type of person who's going to get, like, sad or upset when they don't come to fruition. Unless Oda just does some bullshit, like, takes it, like, in a way worse direction. And then I'll say, you know what, maybe there was something better you could have done, buddy, because I literally thought of something. But generally speaking, I'm not like a Morge. I'm not going to cry when the raid doesn't fail. So yeah, we're just having fun. We'll see what happens. I'm along for the ride at this point, because I've been reading this for probably over 10 years now. So, but yeah, anyway, I spoke with Zunisha briefly. So was this back on... Oh, shit. So this is actually a callback to... Because I remember at the end of Zoe, our group leaves Zoe, and then Momo stays on Zoe and's like, you know what? Now that I know I can, like, talk to Zoe, I am going to, like, ask them some questions. Dude, we've been waiting for this reveal for, like... Oh, what is it? Like, who knows how many chapters? That's like 200 plus chapters ago. That was back in Zoe. Zoe was like 800. Like, the end of Zoe was like 820 or something. Maybe 823 or 22. Wow, that's like a huge. This is like really bringing things full circle in, like, the biggest way possible. That's really, really cool. That's like, this is what Oda does best, is, like, paying off stuff from, like, that has been, like, hinted at from, like, hundreds of chapters ago, and be like, setting the stage, setting the seeds, like, planting the seeds for a big reveal or something interesting to come of a character or a scenario, and then, like, hundreds of chapters later, just coming back on it. So yeah, let's see what what Momo learned from Zunisha. I spoke with Zunisha briefly, but I still do not have the whole picture. Of course. Oda's always fucking teasing us, man. This dude's a cock tease, for sure. Momonosuke, I await your orders. So this is back when Zunisha fucking destroyed Jack. Jack, Zunisha's son, was running amok. And Zunisha's like, sorry, boy, I'm grounding you. And by that, I am sending you to the seafloor, is what Zunisha meant by that. Damn, Jack just cannot catch a break, dude. God damn it. Do you guys think Jack's gonna come back in his awakened form and fuck up Inuarashi or some shit? Oh, Jack, the most cucked character, honestly. Dude could not get, like, dude didn't have, like, a single named attack, did, like, literally nothing but job. God, that's so sad. That's really fucked up. Oda, why did you do our boy like that? I have come to fight by your side. Okay, so wait, this is them. Okay, maybe this isn't a reveal to what they talked about before, like back in Zoe. This might be a reveal to, like, maybe Zoe was communicating with Momo. Because a couple chapters ago, Momo was like, oh, I think I hear something. Like, what? Whose voice is that? Like, said something like that. So maybe this is just... Because, like, looks like Zoe appears, and there's, like, marine ships. I thought they were going to be beast pirate ships, so that's kind of interesting. Okay. All right, I've come to fight by your side. Incredible Momonosuke-kun. You really can speak to it. Just like Odin predicted, you're the one that's meant to lead the world to its dawn. I knew it! I fucking knew it! Momo is Joy Boy. I knew it all fucking long. Oh, God, this is so... I mean, I didn't know it all along, guys, but, like... I mean, this doesn't confirm it. I might be jumping the gun, but, like, I had suspected, and I was hoping that Luffy wouldn't be Joy Boy, but that Momo would be Joy Boy. And I guess this doesn't technically confirm it, but, like, everyone keeps saying, like, the Straw Hats are going to lead the world into its dawn or something. And then now it's Yamato, who has read Odin's journal, knows Odin's thoughts on the matter, saying, yeah, Odin thought you were going to be the one to do it. At least I think that's what they're going for here. Obviously, I'll temper my expectations a little bit, but that's what it looks like to me, and that's pretty exciting. That's like what I wanted to happen, so that's really cool. All right. I have come to fight by your side. Incredible Momonosuke-kun. You really can speak to it, just like Odin predicted. You're the one that's meant to lead the world to its dawn. Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. I learned why I cannot die here from my father's journal. This is something I kept thinking back about, right? Like, this is something I kept, like, thinking about. I was like, okay, why did Momo say that? Because, like, literally, Yamato at one point early in the arc, I talked about this on, the last ChipZ Ahoy episode. On the last chapter, or, like, rather, like, way earlier in the arc, like, back before, I think, Roof Piece started, Yamato said something along the lines of, what was it? It was like, Momo, you absolutely cannot be allowed to die. Something about, like, the future of Wano and the entire world rests on your shoulders, or something along those lines. Like, something like that had, like, heavy implications for how important Momo is going to be. My guess is, like, Momo is essentially, like, Momo and Shirahoshi must be, like those two specifically. And you know what? It actually takes me back to, what's his face said, because I remember, like, we got in the Odin and Roger flashback, we got some information about, specifically, I think it was, specifically it was, like, they heard the Sea Kings talking, and they were like, 10 years to be born, another 15 to grow. And for whatever reason, that didn't necessarily, like, I was trying to do the math on that, and I'm like, because people were, like, saying, like, oh, it's Luffy and Shirahoshi. Like, Luffy being the one the world is waiting for, Shirahoshi being the, like, the prophesied one, essentially. So, like, Luffy just being, like, kind of like an upstart, but, who has, like, the spirit of, like, Roger and, Joy Boy and stuff like that, but, like, not actually being the prophesied one, the one who, like, shepherds the prophesied ones, which I like a lot better. I like the idea of there being, like, just like a person with, like, the right state of mind who shepherds the people who have the power to make the difference along their path. Like, to me, I find that because I like that Momo like isn't like just a Gary Stew. I like that Momo isn't Odin. I like that Momo is a crybaby little bitch boy. But that's what makes it's like very similar to Usopp, and like that's what makes him impressive when he does do something really cool, you know, or when he does something brave or honorable or heroic. So, and same with Shirahoshi. Like Shirahoshi is obviously like a sheltered, you know, little fish, a lady, or big fish lady, actually, quite big, in fact. But she, you know, like her thing is like overcoming her fear and like learning not to like cry when like something minor happens to her and stuff like that. And like, you know, like gaining some emotional maturity and like, you know, becoming like a strong-willed person, which I think she always was. She just like kind of didn't really know how to cope with the world because she was sheltered for, you know, however long. Shirahoshi's, I think, a pretty good character, despite, you know, not that anyone, I don't see people like criticize her too much, but like, you know, I think she's kind of overlooked a lot of the times, but she's all right. I think, I mean, I really like Fishman Island. It's a great arc. Okay. So, I learned why I cannot die here from my father's journal, but it seems he tore out the most crucial pages. We also knew about this as well. We knew that, I think it wasn't Odin who tore them out, it was Toki. Maybe on Odin's recommendation, but Toki, we saw in the flashback, like, there was a message from Odin, and then Toki kind of like, you see like the panels kind of like crumple up, like there's almost like a, almost like it's like diegetically showing like that Toki just like ripped up like the final passage from the journal. But it seems he tore out the most crucial pages. Okay, what made Father and Roger laugh at the final island? Oh my god. Okay, so, okay. I'm really glad they tore that out. Because that's, like, if we find that out before we get to Raftel, that would be a bit much, right? And this is like what I've been saying this whole time, is like... it's like it feels like Wano is trying to be like, no... Like, Oda's trying to be like, no, Wano is the endgame. Like, the endgame starts now. And, like, it just... And I know a lot of people, like think, like, One Piece is going to go on for a lot longer, but it does kind of feel sort of up in the air at this point. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be at least, like, a couple more arcs, but... Or at least, like, one more big saga that includes, like, you know, Raftel and, like, all kinds of other crazy shit that happens. Including, like, maybe, like, a big war between the world government, you know, Blackbeard, Shanks, whoever else wants to get involved in that, the Revolutionaries, the Straw Hats, something like that'll happen, probably. But yeah, but it seems he tore out the most crucial pages. What made Father and Roger laugh at the final island? The true importance of the task still eludes me. So Momo says the true importance of the task still eludes me. So it sounds like there's something he has been entrusted with from the journal, but he just doesn't know what that is. Like, he's like, or he knows what the task is, he doesn't know why. So I assume the task is opening Wano's borders, but he's just not entirely sure of, like, the reason why, I guess. Obviously, that'll be clarified, probably within this chapter, if not sometime before the end of the arc. But we'll see. Okay, so it's not like Father was an all-seeing prophet. Good. Thank God. If he was still alive, would he still want to open Wando under these circumstances? Under the circumstances of, I guess, like, the government trying to be authoritarian, like attacking and all that good shit. So, okay. Interesting. I'm not as wise as he was. You're just as wise. He was an idiot. I mean, I love Odin, and I think he's, like, a badass and cool, but he was pretty dumb. Without a doubt, he was kind of a dumbass sometimes. So, I don't know. I think that's fine. I'm not as wise as he was. I think to the potential dangers the people of Wano, because Momo's actually been outside. Like, he was born on not Roger's ship, Whitebeard's ship. He sailed on Roger's ship, and then he and Kinemon and the other samurai just, like, traveled around, like, getting fucked up by, like, Kaido's people, Dofi's people, Caesar's people. So, like, of course he'd be like, well, I don't know, man. There's a lot of, like, dangers in the outside world. Are you sure we should open the borders? And I'm sure Yamato is going to be like, no, freedom matters. Like, even if it's, like, you know, even if you sacrifice people's safety and, like, their potential well-being, people should still live free, you know, some shit like that. Because obviously she's been a slave to her father her whole life. You know, she hasn't had any choice really of her own, it seems like, which is why she's clearly rebelling. I think that's what we're probably going to see in just a few panels here. I mean, who knows? I could be totally wrong about that, but it's an interesting conversation. I like the dynamic between these two characters. Okay. I'm not as wise as he was. I think of the potential dangers to the people of Wano, and it makes me want to keep the borders shut. Does that make me a coward, Yamato? And Yamato's going to be like, fuck yeah, it does, you bitch. Open that shit up. Stop crying, motherfucker. And then, okay, so, yeah, okay, that's interesting. Oh, excuse me. Okay. All right, here we go. So we got a crispy fried earlobe being served well done by our boy Raizo. Crispy fried Fukurokujo. Our boy is absolutely done, and Raizo is a fucking beast. He's been a beast since the start. So good to see him eke out a win like this. And I don't even care that it was kind of off-screen. Like, I didn't need to see... we saw a little bit. We saw, Raizo making clones and Fukurokujo, slapping him around with his, long-ass earlobes. I love that this fight feels like a fight from, Bobobo or something. It's kind of appropriate for how fucked up these guys are. They're so... These are some of, the funniest character designs of characters that, we are meant to take seriously, Or, semi-seriously. But you know what? I actually like that Fukurokujo got taken out before Orochi, or at least it appears he got taken out before Orochi. Because I assume this chapter is called Komurasaki. I assume we're about to see Orochi get his final head chopped off. Honestly, I know Oda doesn't like to kill characters. We've seen that time and time again. But I would really love it if he just fucking killed Orochi. Just kill that motherfucker. That man needs to die. He has survived too many times. If he gets his head cut off by Komurasaki or stabbed through the fucking throat or something, or shot in the face, maybe Komurasaki kind of getting revenge for Odin by shooting Orochi in the face, something like that would be really cool. But I'm sure he's just gonna have I had another head, and then they'll just imprison him or something. Yeah, it's gonna be annoying if he survives. I can deal with Kaido and Big Mom surviving. Orochi really should die. He does not have the plot armor that these guys do. At least that's what I thought when this arc started. I didn't think he had the plot armor, but he clearly has more plot armor than I expected. So we'll just have to see. All right, so Victor, Raizo. Okay, awesome. Some people were saying that this fight was longer than the entirety of Marineford. That's so funny to me. That's hilarious. I mean, I'm here for it, man. Let's... Wano is just the never-ending arc, I tell you. But it's okay. It's actually, I'm enjoying it right now. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. There's been some ups and downs, obviously, but, right now, last chapter was great, and then, this chapter is off to a good start, I think. I'll try to move a little bit quicker, guys. I know I'm, really meticulous with this. Okay. Not hot at all. Oh, nice. What a fucking badass. So... Raizo totally learned from Odin. He's just doesn't hurt a bit, and it's the classic, how did you withstand that? It's the key is to not care that it hurts, that type of shit. So it's pretty cool. Raizo's a real badass. Okay, so looks like Jinbei is gonna save Raizo. Perfect timing. That's pretty convenient, but I'm not gonna pull a Nate and say, this is convenient. I mean, it is a little bit convenient, but who cares? It's fine. Raizo wasn't... I didn't see Raizo dying, especially if he's going to win, He's not the sacrificial lamb character. He is the comedic relief character. So, yeah, I didn't see him getting taken out. Okay. Huff, huff. In this era, even shinobi are free to choose, Fukurokujo. Wow, what a badass. He's you don't have to serve your master just because, he's your master, You can do whatever the fuck you want. Nice. That's pretty cool. And then Jinbei's hey, you're one of the samurai. Why are you still here? You are one of Luffy Dono's... Pant, we must hurry. The preparations are almost complete. What does that mean? The preparations are almost complete. Before I move to the next page, I'm just trying to figure out like what he might be referring to. I honestly can't think of anything. Like, has something been set up that I'm just missing? I have no fucking clue. Okay. Well, whatever. I'm sure we'll find out like in this chapter. That's like something that's going to get paid off like immediately, I imagine. Okay. Second floor treasury. Blast it all. Blast it all. Fukuro Kujo, you good for nothing ninja? Wait, what happened? Where the hell is he? Wait, what happened? He better not have escaped on his own. Was that tremor earlier due to Kanjuro? Interesting. Tremor. I'm not sure what tremor he's referring to, but we know that the fire is due to Kanjuro for the most part. Kanjuro and Big Mom together. Huff, huff. With any luck, this island will soon be history. Yeah, Moroshi looks pretty fucked up. And then we see Komurasaki, boom, 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 bing, 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 ba-ding, ding, playing her shamisen. Pretty cool. Still wearing the mask. Komurasaki, does this look like the time for music? He's really pissed off. He's gonna smack a bitch, like he does. That's kind of his thing. Knock off this instant. So I like that the whole thing with Orochi is he's just kind of like a privileged asshole. He's basically like a Tenryubito without being a Tenryubito. He's the Tenryubito in miniature in a way, even though he started from the bottom. So you'd think he'd be more empathetic, but it's fine. I like that he's such an asshole. Knock it off this instant. How can you be content with strumming away in that damn mask? It's because she's crying under the mask. That's what I've been saying the whole time, guys. She can't play the song that her father taught her to play without shedding a tear. This is life or death. It's not like you always have to wear it. Take it off. See, that's the thing. Like I said, she's literally never been shown not wearing it. Like, she's always been shown wearing it when she plays the shamisen. And I think it's because it reminds her of her parents. Specifically, I think probably her dad. But maybe her mom, too. I forget which one taught her to play the shamisen or taught her the songs on the shamisen. It's not like you always have to wear it. Take it off. I still can't tell if you're the real Komurasaki or some kind of wraith. Why would he say that? He saw her fucking face. Oh, I guess because he saw her die as well. So it's amazing. Okay, so I will say this one thing before we move on. So initially I thought it was weird that this guy outlasted Big Mom in this arc, and I know like he hasn't been fighting the whole time like Big Mom has, but I'm glad. Okay, so this arc had a lot of different moving parts, and I liked that Big Mom and Prospero made it onto the island and got to have like fights and do cool shit, because I like both of them a lot. I'm glad the whole Big Mom crew wasn't a part of that, because it would have been hard to buy like our little alliance defeating two Yonko crews at once, but like, you know, two Yonkos in the same place with multiple like different, you know, supernova, super powerful up-and-comers, taking them on, wearing them down over time, you know, with like little bits of damage here and there, you know, fighting alongside the samurai and the minks and stuff like that. That makes a lot more sense. Like, that's something I could reasonably see with, like, you know, the luck being on their side and, like, so the element of surprise also being on their side, that they'd be able to, like, eke out a win just barely, you know? Like, I can accept that. But, like, two Yonko crews, like, if the Big Mom Pirates came in, like, towards the end of this fight, that'd be like a here comes the cavalry moment, or here comes the cavalry moment for the villains, which would be kind of neat. Like, I like the idea of that being like a moment of despair, and then maybe Zunisha just like crushes them all with his fucking trunk, just completely wipes out the entirety of the Big Mom forces. But I actually really like, what I was trying to get at before was I actually really like that now the arc is back to its core. Like, at this point in time, we've had all of our big fights with the Beast Pirates. It's now just the two, like, you know, it's down to, like, dealing with the core of the problem in Wano, which was Orochi, who invited pirates to kind of, like, abuse the people and, like, empower him, you know, like, kind of, you know, raise his standing in society by being a conniving little piece of shit that he is, little shit stain that he is, you know, jealous of Odin, you know, wanting to, obviously scared for his life, scared of, very superstitious. It's about, like, I like that now we're focusing in on, like, what the arc was really about to begin with, and everything kind of seems to be coming full circle in a way, it finally focusing in on, like, the two main antagonists of of Wano, which is Orochi and Kaido. So I'm actually quite happy with the direction it's gone, and that like all the other elements have been weeded out. Not to say they weren't good, but like the raid felt so fucking cluttered, and now it feels like focused again, and that's actually a really great feeling. I love that it got back to like its roots and its core, so that's cool. Knock it off this instant. How can you be content strumming away in that damn mask? This is life or death. It's not like you always have to wear it. Take it off. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that's because she doesn't want people to see her shed tears while she plays the shamisen. I still can't tell if you're the real Komurasaki or some kind of wraith. Huh? And then, Nani? And then something's coming down from the ceiling. Who is it? Yeah. And wow. So just rubble crushes him. And he says, damn it. He's fucked up. Wow, he's really fucked up. Damn it, why can't I transform? Huh? Why? I can't get loose. Pant, pant. You were so distracted that you still haven't noticed. Has she been setting a trap? I mean, we knew she was setting a trap, but I wasn't sure, like, to what degree. I assumed she was just gonna, like, when he was, like, kind of enamored with her, I assumed she was just gonna, like, fucking shank him or something, but no, it looks like she set, like, maybe a more elaborate trap. I'm curious if, like, who else might be involved in this? Like, perhaps maybe, Denjiro, or what's his name? Yeah, Denjiro, the guy who got his face changed by seething so hard. The guy with the cool pompadour, and then also maybe the other person who kind of raised her, the Kappa boy. I wonder if they were involved in this plan. That could be interesting. You were so distracted that you still haven't noticed. And he says, off. Komurasaki, you halfwit. Why are you just sitting there? Get these debris off of me. I used a sea stone nail to ensure you wouldn't be able to change into that monstrous form of yours. Nice. The sea stone nails coming back in a relevant way. I remember those from like from Act 1. Act 1 when they shot Law, or what was it? It was Hawkins shot Law with a sea stone nail, so he couldn't use his powers. That was awesome. So yeah, this is great. Okay. I used a CISO nail to ensure you wouldn't be able to change into that monstrous form of yours. What are you saying? I thought you loved me. Loved you? This is what she does. She fools men into thinking that she loves them, and then she fucking destroys them. Oh my god. This is toxic thoughtery, but it's being used for the powers of good. Oh, I fucking love that. Hell yeah. I mean, I gotta say, guys, because, like, here's the thing. When Komurasaki, when we first met her, she was, like, she came off as such, like, a, what's it called? Like, a gold digger, and, like, a really, like, I hate using that term, because that's, like, such, like, a fucking, that's, like, the term that, like, like, internet pranksters use to, like, be misogynistic and shit. It's kind of dumb, you know? But, like, that was, like, the trope that Oda was playing into. And, it's just so funny now that, like, because, like, for a while, like, I was like, oh, she's just a bad guy. But then she stands up to Orochi when Orochi tries to hurt Otoko. It was Otoko, yeah. Yeah, Otoko. And then, she tries to save Otoko. And we realize she's Hiyori, Momo's older sister. And at that point, like, we don't really see any of her kind of, like any of her, like, toxic side. Any of her, like, I, like, use people. Like, that's what I do. Like... And I'm so glad that Oda brought it back so that she could get her revenge on Orochi. That is fucking awesome. I love that. Okay. Continuing on. Loved you. Don't be ridiculous. There isn't even a shred of affection for you in my heart. Nice. He's going to start crying. He's going to cry and piss and shit and cum, and then he's going to die. It's going to be great. Okay. Let's see. What? He makes a big face, like he normally does. I just love how much he looks like Wario. It's almost poetic that your favorite song is also Moon Princess. Oh, that's right. It was a song that she learned to, like, play for her dad. I forgot if it was her dad who taught it to her or if it was her mom who taught it to her. It was a song she learned, and her dad complimented her on it, and, like, that clearly meant a lot to her. So that's really sweet. It's like a positive memory of her father. Not that, Odin was like necessarily a bad father, but, Odin was just kind of like a little bit neglectful, but, he was a good dude. He meant well. We know that much. I love that tune, Hiyori. Really, it's called Moon Princess. I'll practice it even harder now. And this is great because we know that Kozuki, I think, means moon in Japanese. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know Japanese. I don't know the exact translation, but I'm pretty sure it means moon or something along those lines. Or like that's why they have the crescent moon on their ankles. And that's the symbol of the Kozukis is the crescent moon. So she actually is the Moon Princess, and she's playing a song called Moon Princess. I see what you're doing, Oda. It's not like, obviously this isn't like, it being called Moon Princess is just like a neat detail. It's just like a nice little like thematic similarity. That's really all it is. But it's clever. It's clever. I'll give him credit. I don't want to detract from, Oda because it's not like the biggest thing. But it's neat. It's nice. It's nice. It's good writing. Okay. Okay, moving on. He cherished it too. Kozuki Odin. My father. Fucking dropping it like that. He's gonna fucking piss and shit. He's like, I was fucking Odin's daughter this whole time. Okay, I mean, we don't actually know if they copulated, but but come on, guys. I mean, she's a courtesan. I don't know. Who knows, man? She might have just, been stringing these simps along so she could go, hang out with her real boyfriend who lives in Elbaf. Oh God, I love that. That's my new headcanon for all this. She's a classic Twitch thought, getting that cheddar. No, okay, I'm just being silly. We love ladies here. We're not trying to be all like that, but it is funny that she's that she basically just had like all these simps just like kind of giving her money so that she could like fucking betray them in the end. That's hilarious, man. Okay, moving on. How could I possibly smile when I play it for you? I guess that's why she wears the mask. So I guess it maybe isn't her crying because she's remembering her father every time she plays that song, but it's at least that she cannot like smile when she plays it for Orochi because obviously what Orochi did to her father, he betrayed her father. He, led to his actions directly led to the death of Odin. So it makes all the sense in the world that she would, wear a mask because she like just couldn't. She's probably either crying or seething under there or gnashing her teeth. Just cannot fucking keep a straight face. Keep the act up when she plays this song for him. I like that. That's a good detail. Okay, castle basement. Live on, Kiku. Okay, so this dude just got fucked up. Or he's currently in the process of... Oh, wait. So wait, Izo is fighting one of these dudes. He's fighting one of the CP0 guys. That's cool. That's cool. You love to see it. I honestly thought the next time we would see Izo, he would look just like Drake when he fought the CP0 guys, and he'd just be on the ground fucking dead. But honestly, this makes Izo look like a badass because he traded blows. So he clearly shot through the guy, but the guy also she-gunned him. So they both it looks like they both maybe took each other out. I don't know if the fight's going to continue. So yeah, they just both fuck. They're looks like they're about evenly matched, like Izo and this dude. And it looks like the other guy's sitting on the sidelines. Damn you, Izo. Yeah, so it looks like Izo and that guy just absolutely fucked each other up. Now this guy's seething. He's really pissed. So let's see what he does. I assume Drake is going to fuck this guy up. I know it's funny to meme on Drake. He's fucking worthless. He got his ass handed to him off screen by these two guys. I'm 95% sure he's going to come out of the woodwork and just fucking smack this guy in the face with his mace and one shot him. Be like, you're not so tough when you don't gang up on me, motherfucker. Try, 1v1 me, baby. 1v1 me, scrub. I'm 90% sure we're going to see a Drake come back. If not this chapter, then right away, in the next chapter or two. Okay, taking one of us down with you was your plan from the start. Interesting. I wonder why Izo would even bother. Why does he care? I guess just because they're after Nico Robin and he's an ally of the Straw Hats, but I don't know. It feels kind of like a thin motivation for the guy, if I'm being perfectly honest. Okay. Damn it. Why is a surviving member of the Whitebeard crew helping these upstarts? Hurry. Get Nico Robin. Ring ring, pant pant. What is it now? It's just one thing after another. Listen, this is a direct order from the 5 elders. Oh shit. Invoking the 5 elders. That you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. Classic King of Lightning meme right there for anyone who watches that shit. Okay. From the 5 elders, he says, you are to eliminate Straw Hat Luffy immediately. Yeah, good luck with that, dude. So does this confirm, because we know last time we saw the elders, they were talking about a certain fruit awakening. And oh god. Is this leading up to the Gomu Gomu no Mi being like, I don't know, like a fucking ancient weapon or some shit? Because that would be pretty obnoxious. That would be pretty prophecy piece, and I don't inherently have a problem with like some elements of prophecy making their way into a story as long as they're handled well. But like, I don't know, man. That would feel a little weird. I guess it depends on how it would be done, but like I'm skeptical about that type of shit. Okay. You are to eliminate Straw Hat Luffy immediately. What are you talking about? Straw Hat is in the middle of fighting Kaido. You can't expect me to interfere in that battle. It's impossible. We are aware of the difficulties. Okay, like I said, here comes Drake. We all knew Drake was gonna... we all knew. I knew. I've been saying this for fucking weeks, man. As soon as we saw Drake on the ground... honestly, as soon as we saw any sort of conflict between Drake and... CP0, I knew that was going to become like, that was going to escalate into a larger conflict, because the ramifications of Drake finding out that CP0 is here, working with like Orochi and Kaido and doing business with them directly, and the ramifications of Drake finding out, of CP0 finding out, like, and knowing about Drake and knowing about his operation with Sword, like the ramifications of that kind of coming to the forefront, is like basically like a conflict between the Marines, or at least like the Marines who like actually care about like, you know, people's lives and like justice and like being like decent human beings, which we know there are. Obviously there's Smoker and Kobe and, you know, I'm sure Hina to some degree, Aokiji, you know, there's Garp, Sengoku, like there's good people in the Marines, obviously. This is, I think, going to be, like, ever since I saw that chapter where CP0 and Drake ran into each other, it was clear to me that, like, that was going to be the catalyst for, like, an actual, like, legitimate, like potentially escalating to a war type conflict between the, you know, the Marines who, like, give a fuck and, like, don't care about serving the Tenryubito and don't fuck with the Tenryubito versus the world government, like the Tenryubito, the 5 Elder Stars, Eam, and their forces. So who knows where Sakazuki's going to land in that conflict? It's really hard to say what he, like, whether he's more loyal to the world government or whether he, you know, would be like, end up kind of being like more on the Marine side of things. It's really just impossible for me to predict that, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I would assume he would maybe, if I had to guess, like if it was like, if I was like predicting shit, it would be that maybe Sakazuki like tries to kill those guys, like tries to usurp the world government throne and like kind of do his own shit. But who knows if that would be successful? Who knows if he'd be able to kill the 5 Elder Stars or Eam, or if they would just like, you know, fuck him up? Who even knows? So, but I suspect that's something that we will see. Like this is a cataclysmic thing that is like, this is like the Ace versus Blackbeard fight to me. This is like something that is going to spark like a huge event to come in my mind. Like maybe not quite as huge as Marineford, but like we're heading into the end game. Like this chapter makes that extremely clear with invoking like Zunisha's role, you know, killing Straw Hat Luffy for his fruit, you know, Momo being the one to bring about the dawn, you know, like, and now this is clearly like building, this is clearly like coming to a crescendo, and it's going to be like a big fucking coom. And we're all gonna fucking love it. I mean, I don't know about that, but like I expect this to like build into, become like the catalyst for the coming conflict between, you know, the good Marines and versus the bad Marines and or the world government, you know. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how exactly that plays out. But let's see how it plays out between Drake and this guy in this chapter. Okay. We are aware of the difficulties, Pant Pant. The world-class nature of this battle is what makes this important. Huff Huff. Don't you get it? This order is a necessary precaution. So they're really like, dude, you gotta fucking go up there and kill it and like fucking murk his ass right now. I mean, where's Flampe when you need her? Like to shoot a silent dart at Luffy and make him unable to move for a moment, so Kaido can literally just like fucking crack him with a Thunder Bagua and send him back into the sea. That would kill him probably. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like this guy seems really unconfident when we know like someone like Flampe, who I'd imagine is a lot less stronger than this guy. I guess her thing is she has the silent needle. She's built for this kind of stuff. With her weird balloon bubble butt body. Okay. Do they expect me to just go down empty-handed? Says Drake. Fuck yeah. So Drake's gonna do a suicide attack on this man. Hopefully chomp him with a big dinosaur attack. That'd be cool. Even we aren't privy to all the details. What's the deal with this crew? Is that what Izo's saying? Elsewhere in the basement. There's nowhere left to run. The whole castle is burning up. Oh god. Here's our based lad Hamlet coming back with Usopp. Usopp and Hamlet. Honestly, I really hope Hamlet joins the fucking crew. Fuck you guys who want Yamato. Fuck you guys who want Momo. Fuck you all who want Carrot to join the crew. I want fucking Hamlet to join the crew. He is the best. The best of the best. The best prospect. He has been rolling with my boy Usopp. They're like true bros now. Like, these guys are like the fucking idiot duo of the crew. But honestly, like, dude, Hamlet's been like the funniest, the most fun. And honestly, like, he's come through. You know, he is a true bro. Look at that neck quivering under the weight of his massive nuts. His fucking giant sack that he must be carrying with all that gusto and bravado he's hauling around. You know, that neck is fucking strained, dude. That neck must be fucking, you know, absolutely overburdened by this man's, you know, sheer manhood. Okay, I won't let you die. There's nowhere left to run. The whole castle is burning up. I won't let you die. Just hold on a little longer. Hamlet, we need to get out. This place is coming down. Leave it to me, Master. Fuck yeah, dude. Master Usopp and based Hamlet. Wanda, Carrot, let's go back to the dome. Right. We don't want to get thrown off the edge. Okay, so we got Carrot, we got Wanda, and we got Nekomamushi. Is this island going to hold? Is the island just going to, like, fall apart immediately? Hey, you're still alive down there, right? Zoro? Oh, did Frankie catch Zoro? Tell me you're still kicking. What if Zoro is the only character who dies this arc? What if Hawkins' prediction about, like, there's someone with a 1% chance of survival? What if that was Zoro and not Drake? Or not Luffy? That'd be pretty funny. Zoro just kicked the bucket here. I mean, he's basically already the strongest swordsman, man. We don't need a fight with Mihawk. Or a fight with Shiryu or whoever else he's going to fight before the end of the series. Alright. So what's happening with... Okay, so Zoro, that was just a moment. Dome interior, frontal lobe, floor, beast, pirates, bath. So is this where... is this like where... Okay, so Nami's here. We got her! What a commotion. That shockwave was insane. Traffy and the others must have taken down Big Mom. And then Zeus... His mama is crying. That was his mom, you know? Like, even if he had a complicated relationship with his abusive mother, it's hard to see her, you know, it's hard to see her die. Like, it's complicated feelings. I can, you know, I can somewhat relate. Okay. Trapping the others must have taken down Big Mom. What's happening with the fire? I hope Usopp and the rest are okay. Nami, you can put out the fire. You can make rain clouds. Do some shit. Like, actually help. I love Nami, but like, it's one of those things like, maybe she is, maybe she has been, and I'm just being stupid. Okay. Remember Zeus, who matters more now, me or Big Mom? What? You do, Nami, of course. Oh, poor guy. Come on. Come on, Nami, cut the guy some slack. Literally, his mom just died. That's fucked up, Nami. Have some fucking empathy for your homeboy over there. Your homie. Hihimaru, Komochio, you two were amazing. And they're just both, like, out cold, because I think Ulti and Page 1 probably fucked him up. They'll be alright, Yoi. So Marco's up there healing them. Marco, god damn it. I mean, I love Marco, and I think he was cool early in the arc, but he obviously stepped aside out of the fight. Like, he withdrew from the fight with King and Queen to let Zoro and Sanji have their moment to shine, which I can appreciate. This arc is, like, a lot about, like, the younger generation kind of, like, you know, stepping up to the plate. So, obviously, he's from the old generation, so he's like, yeah, I'll let you guys, you know, you guys have got this. So, you know, you're the guys who need to win this fight. Like, I don't have anything to prove. I'm a cool guy. I do wish he'd been the one to catch Zoro instead of Frankie, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. They'll be all right, Yoi. Just watch out for debris raining down. Master, come here. Aw, Speed. Best girl of the arc, Speed. It's got to be either Hamlet or Speed joining the crew at the end of Wano. Those are the only two acceptable choices, in my opinion. Okay. We can't drop our guards yet. This island is still the most dangerous place on the planet, Yoi. See, saying shit like that makes me really wonder, like, they really beat Big Mom. They really beat Big Mom! Boss! Captain! Okay, so we're still getting, like, rubble kind of, like, falling from the ceiling because of the sheer impacts of, like, the Conquerors hockey clashes between Luffy and what's his name, Kaido. So that's pretty cool. I love the giant fucking hole in the floor from the combo of the Kroom and the railgun. So that's pretty cool. Whoa! And then Kid says, "Pant, pant. Should we brace ourselves?" I guess he still can't move, huh? Kaido's still up there. Huff, huff. No, we've done our part. Even if Kaido is the one that comes back down. I have no strength left to put up a fight. So that's good. I'm glad that they book noted the Kid Law thing with, like, saying, like, this is the extent of what they could do. You know, they don't have the strength left to, like, you know, get back up and fight. They're completely exhausted. You know, they gave everything they had to, you know, knock Big Mom off of the island. That's great. That's you know, I think that works. That works for me. I can accept that. Okay. Let's see. I have no strength left to put up a fight. Okay, Luffy and Kaido do a big clash. There's lightning coming off of it. They're not even touching each other. The classic refrain. Okay. Luffy gets sent back. Pant, pant. Hey, did you feel that? They actually did. They actually did it. Burp. And he's still drunk. Lin! They beat her! He yells and, like, shocks Luffy back. Luffy's like, whoa! So that's cool. He just yelled, and that kind of, like, did a Conqueror's Hockey shock. That's pretty cool. Pant, pant. Jaggy and them really are amazing. That's kind of cool. Jaggy and them really are amazing. I like that he gave Kid. He assumed that Kid did it. I mean, you could argue who did more, Law or Kid. You know, I think most people think Law, but you know, they both did their part. Kid took more hits than Law. Like, reading back through the fight, like, Kid was the one who was, like, kind of like the lightning bolt in the sense, or like he was not the lightning bolt, the lightning rod. Like, he's like a tank. So, like, Big Mom would, like, attack him. He'd take the hit. And, like, because, like, Law doesn't have the same, like, durability. Like, we've just seen that with his fight with Doflamingo. So, like, Kid would, like, invoke her ire. She would go after him, and then Law would hit her with, like, you know, one of his attacks, like his Kroom or his broom or his room or his shrooms. And then Kid would, like, hit her with, like, a big, like, metal attack, usually following up on Law's thing. So, like, that's kind of how the fight went. So, like, yeah, neither of them could have won without the other. Law was actually able to weaken Big Mom's constitution by, you know, bypassing her defenses with his room and his Kroom. And Kid was able to, you know, take advantage, you know, draw her ire, be the lightning rod for her attacks, and be able to keep getting up, even despite getting like, fucking, attacked with like giant lightning blades and like hit with like bolts, giant bolts of lightning that would like crush through. Kid's a tank. Kid's durability feats are. I don't want to do some power scaling here, but he's a tough lad. He's a tough lad for sure. He's a tanky boy, even if his attacks weren't quite as impressive as Law's. Like he did his part by like being the one to take most of the attacks from Big Mom, as opposed to Law. Okay. So Kaido says, "Is that mouth of yours just for show? Hello? Don't you know how to speak?" So who's he talking to? Is that mouth of yours just for show? Hello? Don't you know how... Wait, so who's saying that? Is that the voice of all things type of thing? Is that mouth of yours just for show? Hello? Don't you know how to speak? Pant, pant. Mama, how old are you? Mama, how... Ha 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 ha. Mama, mama, ha 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 ha. How old are you? Wait, what the fuck? Wait, so is this Big Mom using the voice of all things? I'm really confused. Oh no, we're about to go into a Kaido flashback. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just realized that. Holy shit. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this for so fucking long. Oh my god. I just realized, okay, that's what's happening. I was like, wait, is Big Mom like communicating to Kaido via the voice of all things? But no, Linlin got taken down. Linlin was like his big sister. Like, his older sister, and now he's like kind of, that was like sort of their relationship when they were younger, when they were in the rocks, like supposedly. Like Linland, I think, did earlier in the arc say, what? Oh, come on, I used to think of you as a little brother. Like, so, like, he just, basically like his big sis just got beat up, and now he's like remembering back to when they were kids. This is so cute. This is so wholesome. Okay. Poor guy. Yo, look at young, hot Big Mom, dude. Oh my god. I bet Law wishes he could have croomed in her back then. Oh my god, man. Law, you you got there too late, homie. That's a bit much. You guys know I'm joking, right? Like, I hope you know that. All right, 15. To be young. She gonna have sex with an underage man? No, come on. So this is your first time teaming up with Rocks. He's a good for nothing. Oh shit. Sorry about that, guys. All right. He's a good for nothing. Don't trust him. If something's bugging you, come tell me. Oh god, so the Rocks flashback is gonna actually be like the point of view characters is Kaido, but oh god, Big Mom looks so hot. God damn, I can't wait for this flashback. He's good for nothing, don't trust him. If something's bugging you, come tell me. I used to think that, like, I remember back when we met like Big Mom's eldest kids, Prospero and the triplets, people were, and like Compote, of course, people were saying like, who do we think the dad is? Was it Whitebeard? Was it Roger? Was it Kaido? Of like those, those early kids. I still think Streusen might have been the one to the father of Prospero, because Prospero was exactly 20. Like, Big Mom would have had Prospero when she was 18, and would have had the boys, like the triplets, when she was 20. So like just barely legal. But like obviously Streusen being like a weird guy with like a funny pointy nose like Prospero and like a weird face, I was like, maybe like, and it's, there's some weird implications when you think too hard about it, but obviously this is One Piece, it's cartoony, we're not meant to think that hard about Big Mom's sex life. But it is interesting. It's like one of the most interesting concepts in the series, that Big Mom just has like a million different kids, or like 80 kids with like, like 30 husbands or something, like an insane amount of husbands, right? Like 20, 25 at least over the years. And yeah, so like I could see like Streusen being her first fuck, even though that's straight up grooming on Streusen's part. That's pretty problematic of him. But yeah, so but then like for the boys, for the triplets, for Oven, Daifuku, and Katakuri, I like once we kind of got introduced to the idea of Rocks being the captain of Linlin at some point, I was like, maybe it was Rocks. Maybe Katakuri and the boys are the sons of Rocks. That would explain a lot, right? But who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. He's a good for nothing. Don't trust him. If something's bugging you, come tell me. The name's Lin Lin. I'm the woman who will rule these seas. Wow, what a fucking badass. Nice to meet you. Now that I think about it, me and that old hag have a lot of history together. Huff, huff, pant, pant. How could I let this happen? Weeping drunk. We just swore that we'd help each other get the One Piece. Interesting. So it seems maybe he was actually sincere. I assumed that once they won this fight, they would just backstab each other and that would be the end of it. But yeah, it sounds like they were actually, I don't know, maybe they actually believed in uniting together. I still think they probably would have backstabbed each other because clearly these both guys both have Conqueror's Haki. They don't serve under anyone. I'm sure eventually they would have had to duke it out. But it is nice to see that like he is emotional about it, and now Luffy is looking like he's going Snake Man or something. Bam! Hit him with Snake Man. Gear 4, Snake Man. Oh, hell yeah. I forgot how cool Snake Man looks. And then he does his zigzag punches. Ba-ba-bam, ba-bam. Nice. Hydra. First backed by Fury, Luffy's fierce onslaught. Don't talk to me about your dreams. Your dreams made the people of this country starve. Nice. Luffy's like showing, rebuking him for all his shit. And the fact that Luffy's in Gear 4 now means that this fight is finally like coming to a head, which is awesome. Don't talk to me about your dreams. Your dreams made the people of this country starve. I'm giving Gear 4 one last go. I won't stop swinging until I have nothing left. Where are these punches coming from? That's what Kaido's asking. Where are these punches coming from? Because he can't, I guess he maybe can't see the future as well as Luffy or Katakuri can. And Luffy says, I'm kicking you out of this country for good. He's going to evict Kaido in the middle of a pandemic, all the same. That's pretty fucked up of you, Luffy. But yeah, guys, that's the chapter. No break next week. It's always nice to see that. Let's see what the art looks like. Okay, I like the way normally like the red and the lightning in the anime doesn't look super great in my mind, but I like the way this looks. And then yeah, this is a cool page. And then Zunisha. I mean, this makes his legs look really fat. I don't know if his legs are actually that fat, but who knows? No translation notes. Yeah. So that was obviously like not like a big fight chapter, but there was a lot of lore this chapter, which is cool. I'm always happy to like this chapter feels like it's like refocusing the arc. Like it's finally, reorienting the arc on like what it clearly has wanted to be about and like what like Oda wanted to matter the most the whole time, but it kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit with the raid and how chaotic the raid was. It feels like now it's like really focusing in on like the stuff that matters, the conflict between CP0 and Sword, the stuff with Momo, Yamato, and Zunisha, and like Momo's future role, whatever that might be. The stuff with what's it called? God damn it. Shit, what am I thinking? The obviously the stuff with Big Mom and Law getting Big Mom and Kid and Law getting bookended rather. And then yeah. So like a lot of good stuff here. And I guess also like Komurosaki, the namesake of the chapter, being the one to take down Orochi by using the pin, using the needle, the sea stone nails that were alluded to in the very beginning of Wano, Act 1. So that's pretty cool. And her finally like revealing to our Orochi, like, hey, you've been fucking Kaido's daughter, not Kaido's daughter. He wishes he was fucking Yamato. You've been fucking Odin's daughter this whole time. I'm not sure if that's more of an own on Odin or an own on Orochi, but Orochi seemed pretty upset about that. So, we'll call it a win for Komurosaki. She got the 8-headed dick, but she also got to kill him and take all of his cash. So good for her. Good for her. We stand Komurosaki in this house. But even more so than that, we stan Big Mom. I love, like I said many times, Big Mom is one of my favorite characters in the series. She is one of my, definitely one of my favorite, like, antagonists, and one of my favorite, like, forces in the story. Just like her and her, the dynamic with her crew is so good. Like, literally better than anyone but the Straw Hats, or any other crew but the Straw Hats. And, God, seeing her as a young, hot, pre-Big Mom. This is before she was big, and before, well, she was still big, but this is before she was mom, I assume. Maybe she was, like, maybe she had a couple kids, but she, she's a MILF. This is MILF Mom. This is Big MILF right here. Not to say she isn't MILFy in the present, but, you guys know what I'm talking about. God, I really hope we get a Rox flashback, even if it's just one chapter, just to get, like, or half a chapter, or, like, just a couple pages. I really hope we get a little bit more than this with all the build-up that Rox has gotten. I think that we will. It's great to see, Luffy finally taking it, to the next level. I kind of hope that we don't see his fruit become, like, the chosen fruit of destiny, but it all depends on how it gets done. Like, if, there are ways to do prophecy stuff well. I just feel like if you're going to allude to a prophecy, that kind of thing should be, like, something that appears earlier on in the story. If you're going to integrate that into the story, like, other stories that I think do prophecies well are, obviously, like, the Dark Souls series, I think does it really well, because in that story, the prophecy is, like, a literal scam meant to, like, meant to make people believe in, like, essentially a religion of, like, linking the fire and succeeding Lord Gwyn, and then eventually, it gets revealed that that's just a propaganda, more or less. Like, that's a great instance of a prophecy in a story. But I think, same thing with, like, the Avatar being, like, a chosen one who, like, doesn't want, like, Avatar from Avatar: The Last Airbender being, like, a chosen one who doesn't want to be the chosen one. He just wants to be, like, a normal kid, not have to deal with the responsibility that he was born with. Like, that's an interesting idea. Like, that's an interesting direction to take, like, a chosen one narrative, or, like, a prophecy narrative. Like, kind of, like, subvert it a little bit, like, add some elements that make it, like, more nuanced than just, oh, this guy has, this guy's gonna do it. He's, especially when you reveal it really late. Like, if it isn't an element, like, from earlier on, it does feel kind of weird. But to say, like, One Piece hasn't always had some elements of, like, destiny and prophecy, it has. Like, I think even in, like, as early as chapter 100 with, what's his name, Dragon, saying something along the lines of, like, the winds of destiny, like, blah, 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 like, blow in your favor, or Luffy, or some shit like that. He said something along those lines. This stuff has been in the series for a while. I don't, begrudge Oda for using it again. I hope it doesn't get into, like, trite cliches, because, and I'm not even saying you can't take, like, an element, like, even amnesia, which can be really trite and can be really, and is, like, a really tired trope a lot of the times. And I'm not saying that you can't do something good with something like that. It just kind of, like, you gotta be really careful, because it can really turn pretty soapy and pretty hacky and pretty lame. People don't, I think people generally, especially people who read One Piece, probably identify more with, like, a hero rising up from his bootstraps. And obviously Luffy's been a bit of a Gary Stew for a little while, but we know that, he had a tough time at the beginning, and, like, we know it's because he, came from an abusive home, essentially, where he had to fend for himself. That's why he became such a strong lad. He kind of, like, recontextualized it in his mind, being like, oh, this is training. Like, oh, this is fun, actually. I'm gonna just have fun being, like, an orphan and just, doing my own thing. Luffy didn't let him get his abusive, relationship with his grandfather and his foster mom down too bad. And he turned it into his strength as opposed to his trauma, which is what we all should do. I mean, that's a bit prescriptive. Obviously, I'm just goofing, guys. You know that. But yeah, that's the chapter, and I think with that, I think we're gonna call it. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining me on this episode of ChipZ Ahoy. I'm looking forward to getting back to it next week. Just a couple things I want to say before I wrap up here. First is I'm going to be Elden Ring just came out. It's a new game by From Software, the creators of Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne, stuff like that, Demon Souls. I love those guys, so I've been streaming a lot of the FromSoft games, a lot of previous Souls games, Sekiro and stuff, leading up to Elden Ring. Streamed Elden Ring yesterday. I'm going to be streaming it again probably later tonight. Going to take a break for a little while after finishing this up. And then continuing on basically all throughout the weekend, probably till like Monday or Tuesday. I took off a few days from work to play. Judge me if you want, but that's how I roll. I want to get through it. I want to not be spoiled as well. But yeah, so if you have any interests in either like knowing more about Elden Ring or like watching someone play it, if you don't have it yourself or aren't interested in getting it right from the jump, that's totally, you're totally welcome to join me. I'll probably be back live. I'll be live again in probably like an hour or two. Gonna take a little break to have some dinner. But yeah, and then one other thing I wanted to highlight, I'm sure you guys are well aware of the situation in Ukraine. I don't have a huge audience or anything, but I do want to just like highlight, and I don't want to make this a downer either, but like, I know like I've been looking for ways that I can help. And if I can kind of point anyone in the right direction to helping themselves or helping in some way with that situation, even if you don't live in Ukraine, I want to be able to do that. So basically this is a page I found. And like, it's just like a resource. It's called, the website is ukraineware.card with 2 R's.co. And it's just like some information about like the conflict, the history of the conflict, and a lot of information on how you can help out. So there's like donation links to like a bunch of different services. I highly recommend taking a look and helping out if you can, if you have the means to. If you don't, that's totally understandable, but just, I've been thinking about ways to help, and this came to mind as like something I should probably bring some attention to if I have any, not that I have a ton of clout, but I just want to do my part, and get the information out there, about this type of stuff. So yeah, hopefully, anyone who's watching this, some of you might be able to give a little bit. If not, that's okay. Maybe just share it instead, put it out, on, social media, and let people know. All right, well, that's about it, guys. Thanks again for coming along on this pirate voyage with me. It's always a fun every week, but I got to be honest, I really have been chomping at the bit to get back into Elden Ring. So I'm going to go ahead, take my break, eat my dinner, and I'll see you guys next week or later tonight, depending on if you come through for ER. All right, see you guys later.